Hello everyone, my name is Motan and today I'm going to present my synthesis report on the topic descriptive study on the trend of modular building facilities. Here is the general outline of my presentation and moving to the introduction. Modularization, it is a project strategy in which some portion of the on-site job is transferred to the nearby or distant fabrication shop to exploit some specific advantages. Uh, this concept is not a new concept as it was introduced back in 1940s and 50s in USA and 1960s in UK in response to the post-war housing scarcity and labor shortages. However, due to some tragic incident in which Ronan Point apartment collapsed in East London, it created concern about safety of the rest safety and eventually led to the lower demand and lost its momentum. However, with the advent of the technology, uh, this uh, strategy has gained resurgence in the past 2 decades. Looking at the current status of the construction industry, construction spends around 13% of the GDP at the labor productivity growth over the past 2 decades is only 1%. Also, due to the declining interest of the youths and the retiring or the change of profession of the skilled or old labor, there has been a shortage of the labor, and which has led to the labor cost rising. Similarly, uh, the housing demand is also rising globally, uh, and this is the position where modular construction uh, comes as the potential solution to address these critical issues. And talking about the advantages of the modular construction, it can save up to 50% of the time and up to 20% of the cost. Similarly, there are other advantages like increasing the quality, safety, labor productivity, sustainability, and other side benefits. And some of the modular drivers are labor cost, schedule predictability, quality, safety, sustainability, commissioning and startup, and the regulations, and so on. This study is about the modular building facilities. So now we need to know about the modular building facilities. Basically, it is a manufacturing plant where modules are fabricated and assembled in a controlled environment. Mm, Due to the controlled environment, it increases the safety of the workers and also enhances the labor productivity and mm, increases the construction of the modules and also reduces the waste and increases flexibility. The major objective of this study is to identify the trend of modular building facilities in terms of the size of the facility, production capacity, geographical location, types of market served, and module material preference. Also, and this study further analysis to identify any significant pattern in the development of these facilities. So the methodology used in this study is the literature review of the related research papers and industry report and other case studies and other related documents. And for the collection of the data, this study uses MBI member directory list um, in which the manufacturers are listed. It uses around 64 manufacturers data for the analysis, which are based on US. And in further, it uses the descriptive analysis and presents the results in figures and charts. And further, the interpretation and identification of any significant pattern is present. Modular Building Institute. Since the data is extracted from MBI list, we should know about the MBI too. It is a non-profit trade association. It represents the diverse membership, which includes manufacturers, dealers, architects, developers, and general contractors. Approximately around 255 modular manufacturing companies are in North America, around which half of them are listed in MBI. So the uh, key attributes that are analyzed in this study are the size of the facility, which reflects the production capability, and geographical location, which gives insights about regional distribution, highlighting potential for cluster, underserved area, and geographical advantages like proximity to urban center or transportation hub. Also, this information assists in understanding how location impacts logistic market access and material supply chains. Um, Further, it also analyzes market served, which indicates the primary sector of the market focused by these manufacturing facilities. And finally, it analyzes module material type, which is basically a primary structural material used for the fabrication of the modules. Um, As for the MBI, we can see that the most sought market is the multifamily, and the mostly used modern material is a wood frame. And the result of this analysis shows that the most sought market is multifamily, and further, when we go in details, we can find that residential sector is the uh, major served area of this manufacturing facilities, consisting of multifamily, single family, and areas which comprises around 35%, which is one third of the market. And similarly, looking at the area of the facilities available, it shows that most of the more than half more than half of the manufacturing facilities are small scale with area less than 200,000 square feet. Uh, it indicates the premature stage of the United States. And finally, when you see in the module material analysis, it shows that steel is preferred over the wood and other material. And also there is an interesting findings that around one third of the module manufacturing facilities are using shipping containers as a module material because of its mm, high strength and durability and customizable and are fire resistance and it's cheap. And we can see that only one quarter uses the wood as a module material. Further, if you see the geographical distribution of these module factories, we can see that around 50% of the state is 50% of the states are underserved or do not have any module facilities, and most of the facilities are clustered in the states like California and Texas. Around 10 facilities are located in California and Texas, whereas other states hardly have one or two uh, manufacturing facilities. So the discussion and conclusion of the study. So looking at the analysis report, we can see that the most served market is the residential market, which aligns with the growing housing demand, and it can be seen as the potential strategy to meet the growing housing demand. Also, More than half of the facilities are small scale, which indicates that the development of the modular construction in United States is in the premature stage, and can be challenging for the large and complex projects and high-rise buildings. Similarly, we can see that there is the widespread use of the steel and containers, which reflects a shift towards the material that offer more structural strength and durability and design flexibility as well as fire resistance. People are slowly shifting from wood to the steel material. And looking at the distribution, there is a disproportionate distribution. Disproportionate distribution of manufacturing facilities may have occurred due to the regulatory environments, or maybe due to the high demands, or the logistics accessibility, or due to the market enthusiasm. Although this study shows foundational foundational findings. This study too has got some limitations. As you can see, the factories analyzed in these studies are US based and the member of the MBI. And the data are collected through the publicly available websites, in which most of the websites lack completeness or standardized data. And around only 53% data of the area of the facility was analyzed due to its lower availability, and around only 20% of the data related to the production capacity was found in this website. So unfortunately, we could not do the analysis of the production capacity of the modular facilities. And also in some cases, the materials types were not mentioned in the website and had to go through the videos, images, and other blogs to identify the module material using the visual inspection, and this may have created the possibility of misclassification. So this study contributes to the body of the knowledge by providing an overview of the trend of the modular facilities located in the United States. And this study is industry relevant, which bridges the gap between the industry and the education. And findings of this study can be used by investors, developers, and policymakers, which are aiming to expand modular construction. Designers can also align their design as per the requirements of the material and market. And also, this finding can help in assisting for the strategic planning and decision making. For the future study, this study recommends that the future study should expand the data set and incorporate direct surveys or interviews with the manufacturer um, for the more validity of the data, and also explore additional attributes such as production capacity, market share, and technological integration to gain more comprehensive understanding of the trend of the modular construction facility. So this is my presentation. If you have any question, please do send me the questions and feedback. Thank you.